Hey, hello everybody. Welcome to my breakout session. It's like anyone can automate using CRT. Yeah, we'll go to the slides. Hope you are all doing well. Yeah, so we'll see about me. Like now I'm your host today. I am Manju. I have 14 plus years of software testing experience. I have worked in startups as well as MNC. I am based out of Sydney and I work for Propic as a head of QA. I have worked in various domains, telecom, Salesforce, and SAP. I started my career as a test engineer. I have been a test lead, quality manager, test manager, and I have handled both functional as well as automation teams. Right, I have transformed many functional testing to automation teams. Right, I am 4 cross Copado certified and 1 cross Velocity certified. Right, and needless to say, I'm a Copado champion. Yeah, so we'll see what is the agenda for today. We'll move to the next slide. Yeah, so first we'll see what is Copado Robotic Testing. If you are new to it, so definitely you should know about it. And let's see how CRT work and how can you learn CRT and how can you automate your daily task, right, if you are in testing, and definitely how can you upskill yourself in testing, right? So this would be the agenda for the day. And first, what is CRT, right? I think for the people who are new, who have come here for the first time, I think definitely you should know it. CRT is an AI implemented test automation tool, right? You can create and run test cases in minutes, right? And it provides you with ready to deploy test infrastructure in the cloud. So you need not worry about whether it is Mac compatible or Windows. It's all cloud based, right? You can just go log in and you can start working and you can start automating all your test cases. And it is a cross functional and a platform automation tool that you can run your test cases on the web, mobile with a browser stack integration, and as well as with your native desktop operating systems, right? So it is, I mean, it is compatible with everything, right? And CRT is designed for everything, for everybody as well. I really love this feature. Like, be it if you are from business, if you are in product, if you are a developer, or if you are a technical tester, I think CRT is for all. It's like anybody can use it. And we have something called as a keywords, where CRT will allow you to create test case based on that. It's a simple handful of commands. And that is what we are going to see in this session. How can we do that, right? So we'll move to next and how CRT works. Yeah, this is very interesting feature as I've seen, right? CRT, the backbone of CRT is a robotic framework. Robotic framework is an open source framework, right? And the main function there is about a keywords, right? And it is a keyword testing framework. There is actually a lot of libraries that are there which provides an actual implementation and testing capabilities to robot framework through these keywords. For example, when if I want to say like, something like a click text is a keyword and there is a handful of code written in the back end for this click text, what this click text needs to do, right? So all these things are defined in a library and it is very simple human readable keywords, right? For example, it will show you like an verify text, it can tell you click text, right? And it can tell you verify icon. So it's a very human readable simple format keywords that everybody can understand and you will be able to write test cases from that, right? So if you are more interested to know how this framework, how these things work, I would definitely suggest you to go and do some research about a keyword testing framework, which in turn you will learn about a robotic framework and which will help you to understand CRT better. Yeah, so we'll move on to next slide, where what is the key difference between traditional and a CRT based automation. See, traditional here I mean is your framework based automation or it can be your coding based automation, right? For the people who have worked there, they will they would have done all these steps, but we will actually come to know here what is the difference in each category, right? We'll go starting from test authoring. If you take a framework based automation and CRT, all the if you want to define a manual flows, if you want to define your page object model, object spy, all the test steps, visual validation and assertion, everything has to be done by a test engineer, in the traditional test-based automation. But on the other hand, if you take CRT, all these functions are handled by CRT, right? You need not worry about anything. It's very cool. CRT does everything for us, and it can be achieved in a very shorter time with advanced capabilities, right? So you can see that the ease that CRT is offering us as compared to a traditional test automation, right? And definitely that takes a longer time to develop, and it is a bit complex as well. But this is like a smart thing, right? Where CRT does the smart work, I would say, basically. And let's get into test maintenance, right? So test maintenance is basically when something changes in your application, you have to proactively go and change in your traditional test automation, right? It cannot handle by itself. But if you take CRT, you have something called as a self-healing feature where it will suggest you, probably I'll show you that as a part of our screenshots and demo, how it works. You have something called as a self-healing or an automatic correction that the tool CRT will suggest you telling, okay, in this page, this text has changed. Would you like to implement it instead of this? I think that is really smart. I have used it a lot of time and I find it very helpful to us. And test execution, right? There you can configure, you need to configure environment, and either you can execute locally or CI or cloud. Here, all the execution management is built in, right? You can as well as execute this locally, CI or cloud. You can integrate it with your pipeline and you can ask your developers to run, if they want to run it by themselves, or to a QA environment, to different sets of environment, you will be able to do the test execution. And maturity, right? This is the thing that I really admire about CRT is, okay, we'll come to first traditional, where it is already high because it has been in an industry for a long time. You have proper guidelines and docs, and CRT is not less than that. I would say it is equally high, because if you know the history of CRT, it's very interesting. CRT came from a Quintinal product and it was founded in 2002, right? I think it would be surprise for some people. It is like really a 20 plus years in the industry. CRT is really highly matured, right? And it is using the best framework available. And integrations, right? In traditional test automation, you have a lot of integration with defect management and other things. Here as well, you have an enormous integration here, where you can integrate it with your version control tools such as Bitbucket, GitHub, and other things. You can integrate it with Jira for raising bugs. You can directly raise bugs when you click on a thing in CRT. You can do API testing, and you have some Salesforce and CPQ API specific keywords, right? Which is like a ready-made suit available for you, right? You just write it like an app state. It'll come to that app state in Salesforce. Well, I think, and so you have Salesforce guidance metadata, and you can integrate it with your browser, browser stack for your mobile testing. It is really cool. You'll be able to do all your testing in one place using all the different integration. And one very good thing is about your open source library, where you can write your custom keywords. You can define all the things that you want, and you can integrate it with CRT. And you have an email or Slack or Teams notification, right? For example, today this test suite has run and you want to show the results, you can just call a webhook URL, you can put it and you can run it. I'll show you as a part of my demo all these things. So yeah, so integration, really CRT has a lot of integration features, right? And a very important thing we'll go on to is testing or a skill set that you need, right? When you do a traditional test automation, you definitely need a medium to high skill set. But CRT, low and medium skill set is enough. So it's like, as we told in the beginning, it's like any CRT is for all, right? Like anybody can use CRT. And test environment, like traditional test automation will have your IDE such as Eclipse or IntelliJ. Here you have a CRT UI, right? And testing types, even traditional can support API functional. CRT can do an end-to-end web API, mobile, functional, and regression and whatnot, right? Everything is handled here. App types, yes, traditional test automation can do all, and CRT as well as can do all. It can do it web or on-premise. Everything is covered here. Right. So this is an overall difference, right? If you want to compare your traditional or a framework-based automation versus codeless automation, right? So this covers all the different features here. Now, an important thing, you want to learn CRT. That is why you are here. I definitely know that. let's see how you can learn CRT, right? So go to Copado community, success.copado.com. I've given you a screenshot. It will be like this, and you can go to an academy page and you can sign up yourself for Copado testing basics and Copado robotic testing advanced module. So once you complete one, you'll be able to move on to next. So there will be a step-by-step guidance, right? There is no prerequisite required. You need not be knowing coding for this. Or even if you're new to testing, there is a separate module that they cover for testing so that any beginner can start, right? So like definitely you can try this, and we'll move on to, okay, when you are doing that, you suddenly have some doubts, you want to clarify a few things. What do? You have a knowledge base, which is docs.copado.com. Anything you put a keyword and it will give you all the articles published in that. Or you also have a strong support community members like us who can help you with, you can put your questions in the forum and we'll get you answered all the questions that you have. And if you're interested in certifications, definitely I would recommend to go to, again, success.copado.com, and you have a certification trails, right? So that will complete module by module. If you have already done it, many people would have known it. But if you're new, I think once you have some module, you have some 4 or 5 questions to answer that, then you will keep on moving to the next progress. You can make a step-by-step progress at your own pace, right? And you can definitely approach community members or champions if you need any help. Yeah, so this is how you can learn CRT. So basically you go to success.copado.com, go to academy and you can sign up yourself, right? Then we move on to next thing, important thing, and my favorite thing, how do you automate your daily task, right? So few people here will be in testing and you will have a lot of pain point in your testing, right? It can be either your developers are giving build on some frequency where you are not sure what you will miss in your testing, or it can be like a set of regression test cases that you want to run on your application daily, or it can be like whether you want to check whether your application is up and running in the production daily, because that would be a really disaster to imagine being in a testing team, right? We know. So I think any pain point in your testing you can identify, and you go to CRT, you create a project, you create a robot, you create a test suite. So all these things we'll show you as a part of our demo, how to do that. And you can also use your existing template, right? You say that, okay, I have done all this, but now I do not know what to do. What should I do now? Don't worry, you have a sample project there. Go there and you can just reuse the keywords, right? So if you go to CRT, you would have seen lot of ready-made sample projects. So you can use that, you can change the login URL and you can do a live testing of your application, right? And still you need some help in your application. You have something called as a recorder option. I think if you have attended a previous workshop, our colleague has explained all the steps on completely on how to do a live recording. So there is a recorder option where you click that and you go to your application and do a set of action. Automatically CRT will give you the script. You need not even write or put efforts to to search for keywords. It will automatically generate and it will help you, so that it will be like you are doing an action, you're showing to CRT, and that is generating a script for you, right? I think this is very much helpful for the beginners who are not sure of the what keywords to use, right? So you can use that script to save and you run whenever you need, right? So I would definitely recommend you to just try automating some daily tasks of yours and see how CRT is very helpful, right? Then we'll move on to next. How can I upskill myself in testing? So being in testing space for so long, I've seen a lot of people, my colleagues, my network, they come and ask me, right? See, we are in functional testing. We are not sure what to do next, right? There is some career path, or how should I brand myself? Or can you help me? How should I upskill? Right? Automation, I feel I don't know where it would I'm not sure of coding, right? I'm very scared of coding, like even I have been before, what to do next, right? So I would definitely tell, first, at the first place, we should be proud that we are in testing, right? I think testing is an underrated thing, but testing is has its own powers, right? And agree or not, automation makes our work easier and it's always the future, right? you are new to automation, right? And you have never or little coded in your life. I would say absolutely no worries, relax. We'll see what to do now. To learn automation in an easy way, we have CRT, and just give your time and focus. No prior knowledge required. You can log in and learn at your own pace. You can join Copado workshop or webinar or approach Copado champions on how to get your guidance and how to learn, right? So probably I would tell you my personal story, what I did. So knowing the CRT, I would say definitely that is the best growth phase in my career. It has helped me to automate a lot of things, right? I could never imagine that I'll be able to do so much in a short time in CRT. Probably I've been using CRT for the last 1.5 to 2 years now. But I would say that I really explored a lot of features there, and its capabilities are more. I think it keeps us try to expand us a lot, right? Okay, go and explore this, go and explore this. How do I integrate? How do I do an API call? I think all of the things, you have a proper guidance, you have a proper support team there. And I was able to do a lot myself, right? I'm a live example here in front of you all giving this session. I think CRT has helped me a lot to do this. And I have introduced CRT to many of my QA members in different organizations where I have worked, and I'm very happy to see them grow and achieve many things. Right? Even they come and say that, oh, we never thought it is so easy. But actually, yeah, it is very easy. They would be able to do many things there. And yeah, definitely it will help you in your personal branding. You can become a Copado champion as well. Yeah, you have a lot of certifications, and yeah, we have a lot of things here, right? So definitely, if you're looking for a career path, if you want to upskill yourself in QA space, I think definitely CRT is one of the best options. So I'll show you something, right? If you're very new to CRT, you have never seen CRT, how does it look like? How does it look really? Let's see some official screenshots from CRT. This is how the homepage looks, right? You have a projects, you have an organizations, and as I told you, you have a sample projects and test here. This is a homepage it looks, and this is how is a main authoring page here. You have a low code script editor, and this is a live testing. I'll show you in my demo as well. This is a best feature that I really love in CRT. You will be able to see in the side all the application and all the action what you're doing. And if you remember the test healing that we were discussing on the test maintenance part, here you have where it will suggest you what to fix, right? So this is the screen for that. And yeah, I think this is a very nice page on daily, colorful to look. Mostly, I mean, nobody likes red, but yeah, red is this is to show that equally it can happen. Like it'll show you how many passed, green is passed, and red is failed. What is the start time, what is an end time, and how much time it took, and what date. And you want a video, if you set it accordingly, you will get a video here, and these are all your test case results, right? And this is where you have your test data, where you can do data driven testing, right? For if you want to test the same application with different data, you can upload all the things here, right? And this is your Q editor page, and where it'll have your test authoring. It has all your suits here in the thing. You also have a scheduler, notifications, and other stuffs which you'll be seeing in our demo. And this is at a project level, you have a beautiful results, right? Daily passed, and I think management people will love this. You're seeing a beautiful test analytics statistics showing you how much failed percentage wise and cumulative test cases. So if you want to, if you want to make your reporting better, test reporting better, I think we have everything here. And let's get on to demo now. Yeah. So this is a simple Salesforce use case I have done here. So you go to project, your homepage, and this is my personal org where I have given a small use case. Right. So this is a page where we were telling about the results, and you go to a Q editor. And inside Q editor, yeah, you can see the keyword palette there. You will be able to drag and drop, right? And you have a flow based as well as a script based, right? So script is where you will be able to see all your things, and you have your test.robot, common.robot is where you will store all the variables, right? And you'll just create one account, and we'll verify some things in Salesforce, and we'll delete that, right? So this is what I've been telling about a live testing. See, now you will have a beautifully your application Salesforce opened in your side, and I'll show you, and it directly will log into your login page, right? It will not show you that it has entered username, password. I'll show you how it is done. Yeah, so this is a script that we are going to go now. And if you see common.robot, I've given something as a login already, like a start suite, right? When it starts, I want CRT to log in and give me. So that is why it is already logged in, right? And I'll start a live testing from here, where now it'll verifying the home page. It'll go to accounts, right? And it'll click a new button. So you can see that the code, what I've written, the script is there. Click test, type text, very simple ones. Address information, it'll fill all these details for you. Right, yeah. So I'm just giving my address, I'm saving, I'm checking whether demo account is created, I'm verifying few text here, and I'm deleting my, the account that I've created. So account demo is deleted, right? So this is one way of like executing. I'll show you another way of execution. So totally there are three ways to execute here. So when you click on execute uh, test here, it automatically runs the suite for you now. Yeah. So there are three ways. One is on live testing, one is on this development mode, one is on the regression mode, right? So here you can start seeing the steps that is progressing, and you can as well do a schedule, right? Daily, if you want to run this. So I'm setting daily run at 8 o'clock Australia time, and you can save it, right? And also you can set a notification that when you run this and whether it is passed or failed or queued, all these status, you can report it to me, right? So what I'll do, I'll give my email and it'll show you different status when you want the trigger to be sent, and you will have my username there. Yeah, so I think I have not saved my user. Now again, I'll click on my user and then I'll save it now. Yeah. Yeah. So what happens here? I'll get this email ID will get notified when this suit is succeeded, right? When all the tests passed, I'll get an email to this email ID telling that all your suit is done. So now in the development mode, the test cases are passed and we are able to see everything green, right? So green is all good. Happy, happy thing. Now we are able to see all green. 1, 2, 3 is passed. Yeah. So you'll be able to see everything in detail, and if failed, it'll automatically take a login screenshots for you. And there is another way of running. I told you three way of execution. Now I'll give you a run here, in the regression mode, right? Where now you can see that again the suit started, right? It'll run all the test cases now for us. So once this is done, now because we have notified, we have set the notification, we have like also it'll run daily morning 8 o'clock, right? The next day, it'll give us the way, like no an email to us as well, right? So this is what about it, data driven thing, and you have a documentation from here directly. You can go there. So while the test cases are executing, we can talk a lot about it now. Yeah. So you can see, just click on that documentation, you'll be able to see all the support pages, and as well as you can add your suit here. And this suit, you will have an existing pre thing. And this is about a version control that we were talking about, right? Now the test cases are passed, right? All the three in 41 seconds it has run, and it is showing 100% passed now. So what I'll do, I'll log into my Gmail now and I'll show you that whether that notification is working properly or not. Right? Yeah, can you see that the first mail we have this particular suit that is run with 100% how much passed, how much failed. And when you click on that link, it will take you to a detailed page. Right? So this way you will be able to configure many email IDs. You want to send it to your management, you want to include your team, you can do this. Right? And also you have, this is a all the other navigation that are available inside our homepage. You can take it here, and you have a support. You are working on a late night and you suddenly have some doubt, you can definitely raise a ticket through here. You can upload your screenshot and support team will get back to you on that. Right. Yeah, I think we are done with our demo. Can go back to our presentation. Yeah. Yeah, I think this is all from me, and you can follow me on LinkedIn. And any questions, you should be able to take it now. Yeah. I could see one question here where CRT can be used to automate service cloud scenarios like case management. Yes, definitely. We have automated a lot. All the scenarios in Salesforce, yes, you can definitely automate, and you have a ready-made keywords that are applicable for Salesforce specifically. Do we have any other questions? I think there is no more question. So definitely, I wish you all a good luck in CRT. You can definitely learn a lot, and you can upskill yourself. And I think this is going to be a like a good start if you want to start CRT. Yeah, I wish you good luck, and thank you for being there for my session. Thank you all.